All right. Yes. So we get those bodies in a little bit of motion and start to find equal standing on your mat, mountain pose. So we are working with the energy of the full moon, and we're going to be seeing extra balance and lots of big circles in our practice tonight. So once you have started to find your mountain pose, let your breath smooth out. Check in with the feet. Okay, the feet nice and grounded. Lift your toes, spread them out, bring them back down. Good contact with the earth. Hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, and your palms face forward. The heart is open. Going for equal breathing here. So let's all exhale together. And then inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause at the bottom. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to extend that into 5. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. And exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. All right, let's take it to 6. Count to yourself. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. And 2 more nice even breaths. If you want to continue with 6 or go to a different number, just do 2 more. And when you're finished with your second round, just go ahead and let your breath come back to its regular pace. And then go ahead and take your feet slightly wider than hip width distance apart. And get some movement going in the knees and hips and arms, shoulders too. Inhale and exhale. We'll be doing most of our spinal series on the mat today from seated. So we want to warm up first before we go back down. Shake things out here. Okay. And then we're going to do a 4-part breath, which will open the heart and bring us into a little forward folding here. So now find your feet back to hip width distance apart. Nice strong mountain pose, grounding through the feet. Inhale, float the arms up. As you exhale, clasp the hands behind you. Shoulder blades toward each other as you shine your heart up to the sky without throwing the head back. Shine your heart up. Now with the soft bend in the knees and hips, fold forward. If you want to stop with your head higher than your heart, you stop there. If you want to go halfway, you go there. If you want to go deeper, you go there. And then assess if you want to bring your hands off your spine. Open those front of the shoulders. Release the hands. Inhale, float the arms up. Press through the feet. Inhale up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you. Now, you might have gone back to your normal clasp. Just change your fingers by 1, or if you're already moving, just keep moving. It's okay. Inhale, shine your heart up. Exhale, fold. Release, float up. Inhale. Exhale. Think about that clasp. Inhale, shine up. Exhale, fold. Release. Float up. Last time. Inhale. Do what you remember. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release and float up. Palms touch. Hands come heart center. And shake things out. Release. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we will be moving back down to the earth for the majority of our spinal series. So let's come to the top of the mat here. Find mountain pose, feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale into your swan dive, as high or low as you want to go with this. Take a half lift, bring your fingertips down and step back to down dog. So coming into down dog here. All right, now let's go ahead and walk the dog. Roll over the feet, press through one heel and then the other. And then press one heel down and hold. Press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. Go ahead and bring your knees down. Sit off to the side and find your seated mountain pose. Okay, so balancing as we sit is all about the sit bones. So feel them nice and even under you. Flex your feet. Spine is nice and long. Take a few breaths here and shake it out. All right, so if you are comfortable in cross legs, go ahead and cross your legs. If not, you can do these things with your legs extended or with one knee bent and the other extended and switching. Okay, here we go. So nice and tall here. Hands to the knees for cats and cows. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round forward into the cat. Inhale, arch into your cow. And exhale, round. Keep going. So just see how it feels to be doing this from this position. When we often do it, most of the time we do it from standing. Arch and round. So we're equalizing the spine forward and back. And the next time you're rounded forward into your cat, just hold here. Now breathe into that space in between your shoulder blades. And then come back up to a nice easy seat. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to bring the hands to the heart, lean back, change the cross of your legs. Okay, switch sides if you're doing one-sided. Keep your legs straight. Give them a shake out if you're doing straight legs. We're going to have the left hand gently by the side, by your left side, right arm up by the ear. Now, a lot of times the shoulder decides it wants to touch the ear, but that's not what we're after. So soften the shoulder, lift the ribs away from the hip. Keeping that left hand soft, tilt gently to the left. We're waking up the side body, so let's stay gentle here. Right fingertips down, lift the left arm. Let that shoulder be soft. Left ribs away from the left hip, tilt to the right. And come back and just go side to side like that. Remember your sit bones coming back to balance through the sit bones. And also remember to keep your shoulders stacked here. We're not leaning forward right now. We're stacking the shoulders, getting a nice stretch in the side body. And we're not leaning into that lower hand. The core is supporting us. All right, the next time you're over to the left, stay there. Whenever you get to the left is fine. Now bring your left hand to your left thigh. We're going to release up a bit to the right and then come back over to the left. Keep that right hip grounded, the right sit bone grounded. Release to the right. Reach longer to the left. Release and reach. Now make some nice big circles with your right arm. Forward, out to the right, up, over to the left. Reach forward. Take it out, up, and over. Reach forward. And last time, circle around. And when you come up, take your right hand behind your head. We're not pushing the head with the hand, it's just there. We're taking the elbow, right elbow, toward the left knee. Rotate and come up. Now bring your right hand down, left arm up, tilt to the right. Put your right hand on your right thigh, and we're going to release, yep, and come back to the right. Release. And remember, we're moving the ribs away from the hip. We're not moving the shoulder closer to the ear, ideally. And the next time you're over to the right, stay here and make some big circles with that left arm. Let the breath move with you. And the next time you find yourself over to the right, come on back up. Put your left hand behind your head, and we're taking the left elbow toward the right knee without pushing in on the head with the left hand. All right, bring it up. Hands down, shake everything out. Good. Inhale and exhale. All right, moving into our twist now. Go ahead and change the cross of your legs if you have your legs crossed. Switch sides if you're doing one side at a time. Okay, recenter on those sit bones here. Okay. We're going to inhale the arms up, reach the ribs away from the hips, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Notice that we're very grounded here. We're only moving from the waist. Left hand outside of the right leg, right hand by the right hip. Inhale the arms up and twist to the left. Ooh. The right hand's outside the left leg. Inhale up, twist right. Inhale up, twist left. Inhale up, twist right. Inhale up, twist left. All right, come center, bring your hands down for a moment. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to now, if your legs are crossed, have your right leg be the one in front. Okay? All right, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Now inhale, lengthen through the spine and see if you can deepen your twist a little bit. That left hand can help a little, but don't tug. Turn your gaze toward your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Come on up. And we're going to twist to the left. The right leg's still in front. Inhale. Stay here, lengthen the spine. Twist to the left. Take your gaze toward your left shoulder. And release. Now put your left leg in front. Inhale the arms up. We're going to start to the right, twist, inhale, twist, lengthen the spine, twist. Inhale up, exhale, hands to the left, lengthen the spine, twist, gazing towards your left shoulder, and release. Okay, take your legs straight, give them a nice little shake here, inhaling and exhaling. All right, so we're going to be doing some core work from the bird dog position, table pose, right? So let's go ahead and make sure you have enough support for your knees. Some people like support for their wrists. When you're down on hands and knees, your wrists are in a right angle here. Some people like to roll up the front of their mat and elevate the wrist a bit. Working on fists is also good. Walking your hands a little forward or working against the wall, okay? So come to hands and knees. If you're on your knees, make sure your knees are happy. Now, even if you're in the traditional tabletop pose here, you don't want to be dumping into your wrists, okay? So take a moment here and find 4 points of balance so that your weight is evenly distributed. You're not dumping into your wrists here. And your core is engaged. Your hips are facing straight down here. Let's take the right leg back, tuck the toes, and just give that foot a little massage here. Roll over the toes and press the hips back for a moment. Now keep your right leg back where it is and float your left arm forward. We're going to keep the hips heading straight down. Lift the right leg and the left arm. Keep everything long. Tap down, lift, and tap down. Can you feel your core working here? Lift and tap down. Lift and tap down. Lift and tap down. One more. Lift, tap down, and come back to hands and knees. Slide the left leg back. Tuck the toes. Roll over that left foot. Press the left heel back. Right arm slides forward. Lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. One more. Lift, tap, and release. All right, point your toes behind you and sit back towards your heels. So we're getting a nice quad stretch here. Now, your hips might not be ready to meet your heels right now, so you might be higher up, and that's fine too. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Shake out your wrists. Come back to your tabletop with the knees hip-width distance apart. Okay, again, you could be at the wall. That's fine too. We're going to crunch. Now take your right leg back, left arm forward, lift everything, and bring your elbow and your knee together under the body. Crunch and release. Crunch and release. Crunch and release. Crunch and release. One more. Crunch and release. Left hand, right knee, come down. Left leg up. Right arm forward. Lift. Crunch. Release. Crunch. Release. Crunch. Release. Crunch. Release. And one more. Crunch. Release and bring it down. All right, go ahead and sit back towards your heels. Again, you might be higher, and that's fine. We're going to do something a little fun with this. Yes, we are. All right. So if you are standing, if you're at the wall, you're going to basically do some little squats. Is anybody at the wall? You're going to be doing squat like this. If you're on the mat, we're going to sit up on the knees. We're going to be on the knees. Take the arms forward. Knees are hip width distance apart. Toes are pointed back. Draw your elbows back. Sit your hips back. Now use your quads to lift up as you press your hands forward. Take it down. Lift up. Yeah, take it down. Lift up if you're having fun. Oh, good, everybody is enjoying this. I see. Take it down. Lift up, inhale. Bring your hands down and sit off to the side. All right, shake it out. So a nice little quad stretch and strengthener right there. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do rock the baby for the hips now. So both legs are straight. The feet are flexed. We're sitting nice and tall here. Bend your right knee, right foot in the left hand. Right hand is holding on to the right leg. Yep. Torso stays forward and we rock side to side. All right. Pause at front here. Take your right ankle across your left thigh. It's above the knee. Support yourself with your hands. Slide your left foot in just till it reaches the mat. And with your right foot flexed, take your legs side to side. Yes. All right, now the next time your right foot's coming over to the left, let it come all the way. Okay, we know if our sit bone, right sit bone, is not in good contact with the mat, just go ahead and move your right foot in front of your left shin here. If you can have your sit bones on the mat with your right foot outside your left thigh, that's fine too. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand is outside of the right calf here. Inhale, float the right arm up and back, lengthen through the spine, and twist to the right. Lengthen through the spine and twist a little more. You might be taking your left elbow outside your right knee if that's you tonight, and you can do that with a long spine. It's perfectly fine to stay here with your hand on your leg also. Release, unwind, two legs straight, shake it out. All right, rocking the baby on the left. We start with both legs straight, feet flexed, left knee bends, left foot in the right hand. Rock side to side, rock the baby. Again, we're keeping the torso steady here. So we're trying to get as much movement in the hip as possible. Come back to center, take your left ankle across your right thigh. Support yourself with your hands. Bring your right foot in for an open pigeon position here. And then go ahead and take your left leg side to side. All right, bringing the left foot all the way over to the right, checking to see what the best position for your left foot is right now at this point in time. Take your right hand outside of your left leg, left arm up and back, lengthen through your spine and twist, taking your gaze to the left. And you might be taking your right elbow outside your left knee, or you might be staying with your hand on your knee, breathing in your twist. And release, shake things out. Give everything a nice crazy shake. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to be coming back up into tabletop and spending just a moment there and then finding child's pose. So come on back up to tabletop. We'll make some big full body circles here. Again, your hands could be on the wall, or you could just even do this in the air. Take your arms a couple of steps forward, your hands a couple steps forward of your shoulders. Take your body forward in space to the right, back, and to the left, circling the body around. And then pause and go the other way. And then when you're done and you feel nice and even, find child's pose. All right, start to make your way into downward facing dog, noticing your balance and the shifts in your balance as you make your way up. And finding 4 points of contact, think about, are you pressed more into one part than another? See if you can even things out here. And start to journey your feet to your hands, however you want to get there. When you're there, bring your forearms to your thighs, press your palms to touch, press through the feet. Inhale, lift up, fingertips up toward the sky. We're going to take the right wrist in the left hand and tilt. And then left wrist in the right hand and tilt. And come back to center and shake things out. All right. Let's find equal standing here and take a couple of breaths. We're going to be moving into our around the world sun salutation. And we're going to have a crescent lunge in there. So make sure, we'll do low crescent lunge. Make sure that you have padding for your knees. Now your surface might give you all the padding you need, or you may like to have some additional padding. You know by now what's right for you. Let's find equal standing at the top of the mat. Feel your energy moving through. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Find a half lift. Bring your fingertips down. Step back with the right leg into a nice lunge here. Okay, so this lunge is a great hip opener, so move around in it. And from your lunge, come into low crescent lunge. The right knee is down, toes point behind, left knee over the ankle. Float the arms up, low crescent lunge. And bring your hands down. Come into your plank, knees up or down. If you're in knee up plank, roll to the very tips of your toes before you chaturanga. See if that does anything for you. And then everybody, nice slow chaturanga down. Okay. And we're going to leave the hands under the shoulders, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Lift into a cobra. Now lift your hands. Now release. We're going to lift back into cobra, lifting the hands at the same time we lift the shoulders. Take your elbows closer to your waist and release. Find downward facing dog. All All right, 4 lovely even points of contact in downward facing dog. So pay attention, here's where things get different. Right leg up. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Walk your hands around to the left and find yourself in a wide-legged forward fold. We're stopping a quarter of the way around, wide-legged forward fold. Bend one knee and then the other, shifting your weight side to side. You might have your hands on your thighs. You might have your hands on the mat. Wide-legged forward fold. And then come back to center. Now continue walking your hands around to the left until you're facing the back of your mat with one hand on either side of your left foot here. Bring your right knee down, float into low crescent lunge. Hands down, plank, chaturanga, cobra, elbows toward waist, release, find downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. My back is going to be to you for a moment, so please pardon that. But take your right leg up. Step forward with your right foot. Walk your hands around to the left. You're in another wide-legged forward fold. And just descend into this forward fold. You can be high. You can be low. And if anything feels good to you to do in the forward fold, just go ahead and do it. All right, now continue walking your hands around to the left until you wind up facing forward on your mat. One more time. One hand on either side of your left foot. Take a big step forward with your right. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up. Palms touch, and hands come heart center. Okay, did that all make sense? Are we good to go left side? Okay, same thing on the left. Find mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, your swan dive. High, low, anywhere in between. Half lift. Fingertips down, lunge back left. Wiggle around in that lunge. Left knee comes down, low crescent lunge on the left. Hands down. Find plank. Chaturanga. All right, so we've been doing cobra. We're just going to move the hands a few inches down from the shoulders now. So we're deepening our cobra. If you have up dog, you can go into up dog at any time. From here, just deepening the cobra, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Lift and use your hands to lift a little deeper into cobra. And release. Find your way to downward facing dog. Now the left leg comes up. Big step forward with the left. Walk your hands around to the right. We're in a wide-legged forward fold. Okay? And just go ahead and do whatever feels good to you in forward folding here. Continue walking your hands around to the right. Wind up facing the back of your mat with one hand on either side of your right foot. Left knee comes down, low crescent lunge. Hands down, plank. Chaturanga. Nice deep cobra or up dog. Down dog. All right, we're going to lift the left leg, take a big step forward with the left foot, walk the hands around to the right. Okay, and let's try and be a little still in this forward fold. Just take it as deep as you want. Feel the backs of the legs. Getting a nice stretch here, whether your head is above your heart or below it or in line with your heart. And then walk your hands around to the right. Wind up facing forward. Take a big step forward with your left foot. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And welcome back. All right. So that was a little around the world sun salutation. Okay, go ahead and shake things out for a second. We're going to get ready for a tree balance. So let's find mountain pose. We want the feet to be nice and big. Lift all 10 toes. You can always be near a wall or a chair if you want something to just be near you, in case you want a little extra steadying. Okay, we're going to find a spot that isn't moving. Find the drishti. Let's see how balance is. Let's take the hands to hips. Take your right heel up. Turn the right knee out. Now the hips are still facing forward, so the knee only goes out to the right as far as it can with the hips facing forward. Okay? And then kickstand your right heel against your left leg. Stand strong on the left leg. Bring your hands to your heart and see how that feels for balance. And release. Just want to give the body a warning because we haven't been doing that much balancing. Here we go. Hands to the hips here, drishti. Left heel up, left knee out, but the hips are still facing forward. Left heel is kickstanded on the right leg. Hands are to the heart. And release. All right, now we're going to take the foot up the leg. You don't have to. You might decide it's a good night for you to keep your toes kickstanded, your foot on the floor like we just did. All right, so here we go. If you know tree, just go ahead. You don't have to go all the steps. Just come into your tree. And release. And I probably should have said the right side, but whatever side you didn't do last time, tree. For most of us, I think that'll be the left. And release. All right, so you know how you're feeling. Maybe you want to go straight into tree with your branches lifted. Maybe you want to go back and do what you were just doing. Come into a tree. And when you're ready, release. If you just got there, feel free to stay there an extra breath. Okay, we're going other side. And release, shake it out. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to just play with your tree. Okay, nice familiar move. I'm just looking for my timer here. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute. You can work one side for a minute. You can work each side 30 seconds. I'll tell you when we're halfway done. That doesn't mean you have to come into tree and stay there for a whole minute. Just play with it and go. Okay, we're halfway. And start to finish up. When you come back 2 feet on the earth, find your mountain pose. You might choose to go into a mountain pose with your legs touching. You might choose to have your feet hip width. Just see how it feels to be back to having 2 feet on the earth. And breathe into that. Good. And move it around, shake it around. Okay. So before we come down, we're going to do a little triangle pose. All right, so let's take the feet very wide. Okay, we're setting up for triangle. So we want pretty much the ankles under the wrists. Now turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. The legs stay straight, it's triangle, arms are long. And we reach to the right and back. Reach right and back. Reach and back. Now we're going into triangle. Reach, reach, reach. Right hand comes down, palm face out. Left hand could be on your hip, your left hip, or your left arm could be up. Now take your gaze toward your right foot, toward the center of your space, toward your left fingertips if your balance allows for that right now. Shoulders are stacked, triangle, and come on up. All right, we're going to go back into triangle. So just reach, 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 right arm down, left arm up or left hand to hip. Find your left fingertips here. Take your right arm parallel to the earth, left arm parallel to the right, and use your core to lift up. All right, arms out, hands to the hips. Left foot to the left, right toes in at an angle. Arms are long, same thing. Here we go. Reach to the left and release. Reach left and release. Reach left and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Left hand to the left leg with the palm face out. Right hand to the right hip or right arm up. Shoulders are stacked. Take your gaze to your left foot, the center of your space, and possibly to your right fingertips. And then lift up. All right, moving back into triangle. Reach to the left, reach, reach, reach. Triangle. Left arm floats parallel to the earth. Right arm floats parallel to the left. Core lift up here. Inhale. Now turn all 10 toes forward and just descend into a nice forward fold here. Just move around and slowly make your way up. All right, heel toe your feet back toward each other and scan your body from head to toe. See if it's asking for any final moves while you're standing before we come down to the earth. And while you're moving around, scanning your body, grab something that can elevate your hips, right? So it could either be a block, it could be a folded up towel or blanket, it could be a throw pillow, all right? It could be an extra mat that you have folded up. If you don't have anything, that will be okay too. But if you do have something that can elevate your hips, have that nearby. When your body feels right. Also, if you want something, maybe your space is cooled off and you want to cover up, have whatever you want nearby now. And then come to the top of your mat and breathe. Feel the energy moving around your body. Feel your feet grounded. Maybe even close your eyes or at the least defocus them and see if there's any movement in your body. Maybe some swaying. Maybe you're standing like a mountain, no movement. So we're observing, we're not forcing, and we're certainly not judging. All right, inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift, bring your fingertips down. Of course, if you want to do a vinyasa, go ahead. Do your vinyasa. Otherwise, step back to downward facing dog. If you've had it with down dog, you can always go into table too. All right, so with the legs touching in down dog, knees to one side, hips to the other, and switch and switch. Come back to center, knees down, and find seated mountain pose. You're still moving through your vinyasa, just take your time. Okay, so remember when we're seated, our balance comes from the sit bones. So let's take a moment to have the sit bones even on the mat here. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to shake out a little bit and come into some forward folding with a long spine. All right, so the feet are flexed here, the spine is long. Inhale, float the arms up. We're folding from those hip creases, reaching forward, reach, reach, reach. No rounding, keep your gaze past your toes. And whenever you get to your stopping point, just bring your hands down. Maybe you like your hands on the mat. Maybe you prefer them somewhere on your legs. Just be comfortable in your forward fold. And with your feet flexed, see if you can feel some stretch in the back of the legs here. Now extend your arms and sit up, long spine. Turn your palms out and continue to extend your spine as you bring your hands down. Okay, so pretend there's a feather on top of your head. And as you exhale your hands down, press the crown of your head into that feather. So we're lengthening the spine. All right, take a breath, shake everything out. Okay, and we're going to do that one more time. Arms up, inhale, fold from the hip creases, reach, reach, reach. Bring your hands down. Maybe your hands are at your thighs, your shins. Maybe they're on your mat. Where do you want your hands? Maybe you found your toes, but that's not the point. The point is keeping the spine long and keeping the gaze past the toes and being folded from the hips. Okay, release arms up. Inhale, turn your palms out. Remember to press into your feather as you bring your fingertips down. All right, and shake things out. Okay, so we're going to be rolling down. Have your hip elevator nearby. Okay, we'll use it in a minute. So let's roll down here and just let the spine be in contact with the earth here. Let the whole body be in contact with the earth. Notice, do you feel one part of your body really strongly on the mat and another part just floating in space? See if you can be comfortable on the mat here. Now we did do a lot of back bending, so we're going to do do a spinal clearing move here. So take your right knee in, clasp your hands around your right thigh, and take your right leg up. So some people, the leg will go straight. Other people, the leg stays more bent. Whatever your leg is doing is what your leg does right now. Press your leg into your hands. That's that spinal clearing move. So we're resisting and then release. Come back into that resistance. Press your leg into your hands and release. All right. Bring that foot down. Take your left knee in. Clasp your hands around your left thigh. Yep. All right. Straighten your leg and press your left leg into your hands and release. Press the leg into the hands and release. All right, 2 feet to the mat, knees gently open and close here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to take the arms out from the shoulders, long arms here, and wiggle the fingers. Rotate the wrists one direction and the other. And bring your arms back down as you let your head move side to side. Take your gaze right to left. And come back to center. All right. So go ahead and take whatever you're using to elevate your hips or nothing. You might know that you feel better with your hips not elevated, and slide your hip elevator under your hips here. Okay, so we're just going to stay here. Now we're moving into Viparita Karani, so not everybody takes their legs completely straight up. Some of you might stay right here. Some of you might bend your knees. Others might take the legs straight up. What happens when you take the legs straight up, there's a very strong blood flow to the head. So if you have any kind of eye issues or migraines or even high blood pressure, this would not be the best place to be. Feet down would be good. And then gently start bringing your feet back to the mat. Lift off of your block or whatever and resettle your hips onto the earth. Take a moment here to just let the spine relax. All right, let's go ahead and butterfly those knees for a moment. Come back to center. Take your right leg straight up or any amount up that you want, just so you have clearance to point and flex your foot. and circle the ankle one direction and the other, and then switch sides, point and flex, and circle one direction and the other. We're going to take a nice long stretch here. Inhale, exhale into a nice big hug, and just massage the spine for a moment. All right, now bring your feet back down. Scan your body from head to toe. Okay, you're looking for any sign that the body is giving you that it wants to move in a certain way or release something so that you can head into final relaxation. So once you're done with your scan and you feel ready, find your final relaxation position for this practice. Inhale through the nose and slowly exhale, releasing your body onto the earth and moving into final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on your next inhale, stretch long. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side and back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.